Hi, so I'm Apostle Jennifer, and I have a word for the Lord this morning. So I want you to understand this concept that the Lord was sharing with me during our live today, and it is being able to move into the next level that God has for you. Many of y'all have at some point stepped out on faith in a big and a major way, and you were willing to leave everything behind, all that you've known, people, jobs, locations, environments, mindsets, activities, things of that nature, to be able to step out on faith and respond to where you know God was calling you, where you know God was unctioning you or urging you or pulling you to go, and that was somewhere different, that was somewhere unknown, but it was to leave behind what was and to step into something new. And because of that, you went through a period of processing and you gained so much, and you are no longer the same. You see, the Lord is asking you to do that once again. There's a certain level that many of you guys are on in this period of processing, and it's done. It's complete. There's nothing else to be gained there, but yet God is calling you now to step on a higher level, to once again step out on faith, to leave the known behind, to drop behind activities, mindsets, jobs, people, the whole nine, and be able to step into a higher way of existing, living, and being. And you have to let this go. The thing that's so critical to understand in this time is, if you can remember when you had to step out on faith at one point to leave this behind, to step into that level of processing, you couldn't go back. The door was closed. God closed the door on that, to where when he opened up your spiritual senses, your spiritual eyes, your spiritual sight, your spiritual hearing, etc., you couldn't go back to that lower level. You couldn't go back to those people. You couldn't go back to those things. You couldn't go back to the activities. Even on your worst days, when you tried to, it was unavailable to you. You realized the door was closed. And even when you try to go back, you can't stay there for long because you're just no longer there. You see, God was able to close the door because you gave him permission to. You stepped out into the new and left all of that behind, which gave God the permission to close the door on it. And now you can no longer return to it. You see, you have to walk out of the level that you're at and walk into the new level, because it gives God permission to close the door on where you're at, because you will never go back to it. You see, God has new things for you up here. God has a spiritual kingdom mindset, lifestyle, way of being for you up here. You can't live down here anymore. And he's calling you to come up here, to come higher. You've exhausted all of this and you know it. But once when he takes you up there, you can never go back. It will be closed on you. The door will be closed just like it was before. As God takes you into a new level, you can never be the same again. It is like taking the red pill or the blue pill. As you take the pill, what you do is you are coming into agreement with leaving behind what was, knowing that you'll never be able to go back to it. God needs your permission, and the way how he gets your permission is you step into it. God has given you guys steps to be able to take, but you got to leave behind the old. You got to leave behind the world, because you can't have two masters. You can't have and serve two masters. You have to leave one behind and embrace the other. And God needs you to do that. Some of you guys are still showing God that you're not ready. You're still showing God that you're not ready to operate on this new level because you're not stepping into it. You're still showing him you're not ready to leave behind Egypt. You're not ready to leave behind the world. You're not ready to leave the wilderness because you won't let go of it. You're still holding on to what so besets you for dear life. You have to let go and step into what it is that God has for you. He's ready to bring you into kingdom. But in this kingdom, you walk by faith. You don't walk by sight. You don't walk by all these things in the natural. You don't walk by making sure you have bread. You live off of manna in the kingdom of heaven on this next level. You depend on God to provide for you. You live by faith. And that's what you've been working with on this level. You see, the Lord is the author and perfecter of your faith. And what he is doing is he is saying, I need you to have deeds because I need your faith to be complete. Yeah, I finished the work I start in you. I've been working on your faith, and I need you to step out into this next level, in this next dimension on faith. Take the steps that I've asked you to take. You see, the way how God works is he doesn't just clear the way and make everything just easy to fall into your lap and you just got it. No, God wants you to step, and as you step, he enters into the step. And then more steps are revealed. You see, whenever you stay still, whenever you hesitate, whenever you don't move, whenever you lay still, what you do is you show God is that you're not ready. What you do is you show God is that you want to stay still. God needs for you to step into all that he has for you, all that he desires for you. He wants to close the door on what was. You see that many are living in the natural. They're living by the ways of the world. They're living by the system of the world. They're living in the matrix. But he wants you to live by the kingdom. He's been preparing you for that. He's been giving you small things, maybe dreams, maybe visions, maybe certain revelations, certain interaction with him to make you hunger and thirst for more, to give you a taste of what's available. But you got to be able to really leave behind this earthly natural existence to embrace a spiritual supernatural living. And that's what the Lord wants to transition you into. But many still crave the world. They're trying to hold on to the world and hold on to God. And there's nothing on this next level but God. It's oneness with God. It is a way of departure from the world as you know it, you as you know it, your identity as you know it. But you have to let it go and walk out of it and show God that you're ready. Again, because when that door closes and you step on this level, you don't go back. Even when you try to, you'll never fit there again. Some of you guys have tried to talk to people that really haven't had their eyes or ears open, and there's no getting through to them. They're just on a different plane of thinking. They're just eyes are closed and ears are closed. You can't go back there even if you want to. You don't get the luxury of that. You don't get the luxury of being able to think that things are just of coincidence and things are of happenstance and things are not orchestrated by God or things are not being led by the devil or being able to sin comfortably. That's not your reality. You're different. You're a new creature and you can't go back even if you wanted to. God wants to take you even higher, but you won't be able to go back to here. Show him you're ready. God has asked you to move. Move. God has asked you to shift. God has asked you to change. Change. How do you do that? By realizing that everything that's occurred here on this level, you've exhausted it, and now you're just wandering. Now you're just doing busy work. And when you are not growing, you are regressing. You are dying. So I don't want the next 40 years of my life to be wandering, to be regressing, to be dying. I want to go higher in the Lord. Some of you guys may feel this lull, this emptiness, this vastness, like you're in the deep. God's like, then move, then walk, then go forth. I don't taught you how to walk on water. Walk. Walk out of where you are and into this new season that I desire for you. Let God shut the door on the last season. It's time to come out. God is calling someone. Lazarus, come out. Take off the grave clothes. Live. It's time. Talk soon.